Thank you for coming here today. Canadians are told that leaders of the cadet program are of unquestionably high moral character. A moral character that is instilled in these leaders from the Canadian Armed Forces. Unfortunately, for the cadets, the taint that has corrupted all levels of the Canadian Armed Forces has seeped its way into the cadet program. Leaders within the program, like the CAF, have covered up, protected abusers, and failed to investigate actions when brought. The victims are further victimized by the very people who are supposed to protect them. The cadet program aims to leave positive attributes in a person, but for these young women, it has left nothing but lifelong scars. We hear in the news all too often about the failures of the Government of Canada to address the rampant sexual abuses and cover-ups in the Canadian Armed Forces. But there is no consideration or discussion about the cadet program. The last external review of sexual misconduct in the Canadian Armed Forces does not investigate the cadet program or its leaders. I served for 11 years in the Canadian Armed Forces. I deployed on multiple tours and was wounded in Afghanistan. My goal when I became a lawyer was not to be standing here today bringing a class action lawsuit against the Government of Canada, but I cannot sit idly by and do nothing in response to these egregious and horrific abuses. And we know that the Government of Canada will not act until they are forced to do so, and that only happens when they're brought to court. The victims of abuse at the hands of members of the cadet program deserve to be heard, believed, and compensated for the long-standing suffering that they have endured. I'm going to ask Hillary to come forward and provide a statement.
My name is Hillary Lockhart. Originally, I'm from Fort Frances, Ontario, which is a small community halfway between Thunder Bay, Ontario, and Winnipeg, Manitoba. When I was 14, I thought it would be a good idea to join the cadet program. I thought that it would be rewarding and that I would be learning skills that would follow me until adulthood. After this terrible ordeal, I would repetitively try to kill myself, lose the joy in everything in my life. I would lose years of my life with my family, end up in foster care, and would spend the next 13 years fighting for my life. I never thought that the cadets program would be the worst thing to ever happen to me and my family. I'm standing up here today to be the voice that can't be ignored, to be the voice for every woman that this program has hurt, to be the one to stand up and protect those in the way I should have been protected. What happened to me and the suffering I've endured cannot be undone, but the program can learn from this and implement changes to protect our daughters, our sisters, our granddaughters, our cousins, and our nieces. You have a duty to protect us as an organization from such harms, and you failed to do so. Other women have been forced to be silent for much longer than I have. The fact that this dark history in the program is not divulged to parents is extremely negligent and, quite frankly, irresponsible. You must do better.
I have another statement here from another plaintiff in this matter, and specifically that is of Melissa Lockhart, that is Hillary's mother, who is also a victim, as the parents and the family are victims when their children get victimized. When Hillary was in grade 9 and 14 years old, I decided to put her in cadets because I thought she would gain a positive body image, feel safe, and thought cadets would be a place where my daughter could meet new friends. A couple months after I enrolled her in cadets, I saw a lot of concerning behavior before I found out about Todd Evans abusing my daughter. I noticed she was angry, staying up all night, and became very secretive about who she was talking to. I did a spot check on my daughter's online activity because my motherly instinct signaled that something was very wrong. I was shocked, horrified, and disgusted, in disbelief and angry. This is a person who is allowed to have access to my child and many others, and was able to abuse his power and to manipulate, brainwash, and groom my child. After the police investigation started, Hillary became very angry, had a lot of issues sleeping at night, and became very sad and depressed almost overnight. 3 weeks to the day after Mr. Evans was sentenced, my daughter was seriously contemplating ending her life. Mr. Evans took my daughter's self-esteem, her outgoing personality, her ability to trust people, her enjoyment from cadets, her security and sense of feeling safe. This has really affected me with guilt. Allowing this to happen has never gone away. I blame myself for allowing this to happen. I feel angry that I lost my daughter. I've personally suffered from depression, anxiety, and guilt. This has never gone away since this happened. The program stole my daughter, and I will never get back the daughter I raised because Cadets Canada chose not to believe her when I was reported. At no point did anyone from the Cadets program ever ask me or Hillary if we needed anything, if there's anything to do to offer support. I blame nobody else but Cadet Canada program for standing by and doing nothing while children and their parents were suffering. This is an endemic problem within the military that we are here to put a stop to, so that women can feel equal and feel that they are not being victimized over and over again by a system that refuses to listen to them and a system that refuses to take justice on their behalf. Until the government changes their policy, takes responsibility for what they've done, there will be many more victims like Hillary. We at Diamond and Diamond urge everyone who's been under a similar situation to reach out to us and reach out to us with their stories at 1-800-567-HURT. We are here to listen. We're here to help. There will be no judgment, and we will listen to your stories and get you the justice that you deserve. Thank you.